Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, and consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. Okay? And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And there is a 9 of discs. A lot of rewards for your hard work. Okay, that's what I'm feeling with that card. This already looks like a blessed reading, I'll be honest with you. If there's anything that you need me to pray over, meditate upon, send positive energy toward, please let me know, okay? Now, let's finish up this beauty with the path of the serpent here. Yeah, big things, big changes are coming in your life. I think that you are, I think that you're working on a lot of transformation right now. You know, not just financially, spiritually, emotionally. I think you're really going through a metamorphosis, okay? Let's do our mystery card. Let's use the Waite-Smith deck. And this is the card that we are going to set aside, okay? We're going to put the frog on top, set it over there. We're not going to look at it until the very end of the reading. And hopefully that card will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need, right? So looking around the room here, we've got pretty much just this death card as the only major arcana energy, right? So this is what it's all about. And this is in the position of your general energy. So I feel like you're intentionally working on evolving, on transforming, on this metamorphosis, okay? I think that's what this all entails. So honestly, this reading, it's got, let's see, some earth, some fire, we've got some air, some water, we've got earth, we've got water, we've got fire here. So we have a little bit of air, and that is this 3 of Swords in the way forward, right? Sometimes this is the immediate future. I think this is the way forward here. Otherwise, we have all of the elements and spirit, right? We've got a really balanced reading. There's change happening in every area of your life, but we've got to tackle this 3 of Swords. This is going to be the challenge, right? This is the only air energy. This is kind of what needs to be focused on. These cards really look fairly similar. It's similar color scheme. It's kind of, this is going to be a big deal here. But let's start with the 9 of discs. I think part of your metamorphosis, part of your transformation is in the realm of your career, your work, your finances, okay? I think that you are working on gaining a secure position in life, on, you know, gaining the kind of finances that we need. Right now, I don't like to talk about money very much in these readings. We all need it, right? I feel like in this instance, with this 9 of discs being here, this is about you trying to save some money, trying to build up a bank account, trying to secure the revenue stream in your life that is going to allow you to kind of to do what you want with your life, you know, to pay the bills at the bare minimum, okay? So I feel like this is one of the central things that you're working on, is to either get a new job, a new career, or to advance in the career that you have. I feel like we're working on bringing money in, okay? I feel like that's kind of a central thing. I think you've always been good at that. I think that you are a hard worker, right? And depending on what you really work hard at, you're going to be successful. So I think right now, a large part of your focus is on basically just securing your finances, right? Getting that money coming in, getting the bills paid, maybe paying down some debt. But more than paying down debt, I feel like you're trying to save some money, put something aside, right? I don't know if that's a good financial strategy. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not any kind of financial advice. Because I don't know myself what is the right thing to do. I know that we all need money coming in, and I feel like that's what you're working on. Okay, and that's a big part of this overall life transformation for you, is to put some extra effort perhaps into your finances so that you can start sorting this stuff out, either paying off debt, building up a savings, getting a job that maybe pays you a little bit more, has better benefits. Something about shoring up your financial life. Okay, I feel like that's a big part of things. Also, in kind of along the same lines is the Eight of Discs here. This is you trying to also focus on your physical health. Now, I'm not a medical doctor. This is not a medical reading. I'm not qualified to do that. But I feel like so many of us, you're focusing on diet and exercise. You're trying to really be aware, be mindful of what you're putting in your body. Okay? This card's also about being mindful of how you're spending this money, right? This is a very prudent card. This is a card that is very slow and cautious, right? It's a very agricultural card. This is about just the right effort into something, just the right water, sunshine, the right kind of soil, and then just kind of letting things grow on their own, right? So this is you being careful with what you're putting into your body. Just the right amount of food, not too much, not too little. The right kinds of nutrients, the right kind of exercise for you, the right kind of activity, the right kind of rest. And then just let your body do the work. Right? Let yourself grow the way nature intended. Just try to give yourself the right kind of encouragement, And then this is also the right kind of spending, the right kind of saving, the right kind of paying down debt, the right kind of money management, right? And I think we all need some of that. So the Eight of Discs is a very important card, and I think it's at the top of the path of the Dove for a reason, because I feel like that's your real focus now. I know we've said this Nine of Discs, getting this stuff coming in is the right, the emphasis. But it has to be the right kind of stuff coming in. So you have to have the 8 with the 9, right? They're right next to each other anyway, 8, 9, 10. So by being cautious, by being smart, by being prudent, not a big risk taker, doing things slowly, a little bit at a time, see what happens, a little bit more, see what happens. I think you're being very smart about your life, both in terms of finances and nutrition, right? And I think this is, again, part of your overall transformation. Now, that being said, all that talk of being cautious and prudent kind of goes against this Princess of Wands here. This is you in the past, I think, being a very big risk taker. This is someone who really spends money like it's going out of style, eats whatever they want, does whatever activities they want. This is someone who really isn't thinking about the future, isn't thinking long term, just thinking right now. And I think a lot of us have had an experience with this Princess of Wands in our lives, maybe when we're younger, maybe we go through periods of this kind of carefree living. This is not a bad thing by any means, okay? This is some real intense energy, some real intense courage to just live, right? To be yourself and to allow yourself to just be whatever catches your attention in the moment. This is a real in-the-moment kind of card, It's a little bit risky. You see, there's the tiger here. We're kind of dancing with the tiger a little bit. We're trying to, in some ways, I don't know if this is you, but some of us have maybe danced around the tiger quite a bit, right? And we want to see how loud, how fast, how big we can dance before that tiger wakes up and mauls us. So it really is a little bit of kind of risky behavior, okay? And I don't know to what degree this Princess of Wands has been in your life. But it was in my life quite intensely some years back. Thankfully, I've I've leaned a little bit more into the 8 of discs as I get older. But this is kind of this is what's making it difficult, really, to transition, to lean into some of this caution, some of this, this financial responsibility, this physical attention and focus, this nutrition, this kind of wellness and health focus that we're in now. It seems like it's a big contrast between kind of how we used to live, right? So transitioning is a little bit difficult. But again, it's part of this overall spiritual metamorphosis. You're making all of these changes, and it feels like they're kind of all happening at once. And it kind of has to all happen at once because it's a full being transformation. It's not just one part of you is going to make some progress. No, you have to, all of you, your whole being has to move forward at the same time, right? Maybe things grow at different rates and you focus a little bit more on one thing and then the other, but everything is moving together, okay? And I feel emotionally, you're looking for this peace and tranquility. Not a lot of that in this Princess of Wands. I think the Princess of Wands is really representing everything that we used to be, the energy that we used to embody. And now we're kind of moving away from that into these other things. We still got that same fire in us. But now we're starting to channel that into different areas, right? Into the physical wellness, into the financial strategies and stuff, and into our emotional life. We're not looking for the adrenaline rush, the fling, the kind of, the really swift, passionate romance that's quickly gone again. We're looking for something more tranquil. We're not looking for that thrill or that adrenaline anymore. We're looking for something that's going to be steady, stable, long-term, and it's going to be reciprocating, right? That's going to be basically peaceful, right? Loving and peaceful. Something balanced, something that is harmonious, someone that we can resonate with, right? And maybe you have that in your life now. Maybe this is one area. It is beneath everything. It is down on the bottom of the path of the dove. So maybe this is what is kind of in the background. It's like, you need to kind of work on this, but it's just not the priority. These other things are the priority. Maybe health and well-being is first, or it's the highest priority, but what you're actually working on right now is the financial stuff. But you know that this kind of emotional life needs to be tended to at some point as well, right? And now we deal with the one and only court card that we have. This is the Prince of Cups, some water energy. Oh, well, we have the princess, but that represents you. This, I think, is representing someone in your life. Now, it seems like they might be on this financial track here, but I don't know if they are or not. It could be someone at work or someone involved in your financial situation that maybe you have a little bit of this emotional, this water energy with, right? Maybe there's a connect, because they're on the path here, the horizontal, they're right on top of this 9 of discs, but it's a water card, so it suggests this 6 of cups. I wonder if there's somebody in the workplace or in your career, in your financial life, that you might be having some romantic feelings for. Now, I don't do love readings very often. I don't talk about romance a lot in terms of, relationships like this, but it could be that this person is here as kind of an overlap. It's just someone that maybe you're talking to or thinking about talking to, or that has shown interest in you. But there's some kind of a mystery here. There's some intrigue with them. It's this is someone I think that you would like to get to know better. Okay, let's just call it. Let's Let's leave it there, I think. I don't know how significantly they factor in to all of this, but to skip around a little bit, we have a Two of Cups over here. This is in the position of what you don't want. But it's a Two of Cups. This is love. This is... There's a conflict here, I think, between maybe your old self, right? This Princess of Wands wants to get to know this person a little bit better. But there's another part of you that really doesn't want the distraction of a relationship. Maybe you don't want it's almost like you don't want the excitement of this, a new relationship like this, right? You're not looking for that kind of a passion right now. You're more into this tranquility, calming your heart, having a peaceful life, right? Because otherwise, why is the Two of Cups? This is an awesome card. This is a really strong, connected card, right? But it's what we don't want. So maybe we're looking at relationships as a distraction, okay? As something that we don't want because we want to focus on our own peace, our own kind of tranquility, our financial stuff, our health and well-being. Like that's our focus, right? And so it could be that's why this Two of Cups is where it is. It could be that, we do want this. We want it to be in a Six of Cups form, but we do want this kind of connection. We're just maybe concerned that it's going to bring us back into the Princess of Wands energy, or we're worried that it's going to distract us from this other work. It could be that. Now, we have to talk about this Three of Swords. It's here. This is the way forward. This is how we move. This is how we continue on with this transformation, this metamorphosis. This is the only air energy here. Okay, so this is something that we have to think about. This is something that we have to remember. This is something that we have to process internally, right? And I think that this may be related. It seems like it is because it's kind of, it's the exact kind of mirror of this, the Princess of Wands over here. So I'm trying to be delicate here. I think that these are issues, painful experiences, traumas that maybe in some way are related to some of this Princess of Wands energy and our maybe previous lifestyle or, the energy that we embodied, back in the day or whatever. Could be related to some of these issues or traumas or painful experiences, okay? And if you are a follower of this channel, you know that we try to very delicately talk about these things, okay? Because I don't think they should be ignored. It's a very human experience that I think needs to be talked about, but it needs to be done so delicately, okay? So I try very hard not to cross the line or not to say anything that might be insensitive, okay? But I think that this is the true way of transformation, and this is kind of what is needed to, maybe bring all of this central stuff, because everything here is on the vertical axis, right? This is really the way that we ascend to spirit, the way that we really activate the chakras, and we really have this kind of enlightenment, this spiritual evolution, that we connect with the heavens above and the earth below, right? We achieve this. The way to get that, obviously, is going to be through forward motion, through activity here in our life. Right? We could meditate our way there or pray our way there, but we also have to take practical steps, right? We have to do these things on the horizontal plane, on the physical plane here in our lives. We have to be proactive. So I feel like I feel like in some way there needs to be a processing of these two. We need to not exactly detach from the Princess of Wands, not reject it, not feel bad about it. Why should we feel bad about anything? And I don't mean that sarcastically. It was very useful energy. It still is useful energy, right? But now we're channeling it into different areas of our lives. And I think we need to process this. And this is not bad energy. These are not, bad memories. They're just memories, right? They're experiences. And if we consider them to be bad memories, bad experiences, then we're going to reject them. We're going to think they're bad, and we're going to cut ourselves off from both of these. And then then we're just left with this kind of idealistic energy and not really any way to go forward. There's no future, there's no past. It's just what we want right now, but there's no path to get there, right? We need the path forward. We need to have this horizontal plane. And this happens to be the energy that is right here. So I feel that the way forward is to process this Three of Swords, whatever these represent for you. We all have our own, okay? And I think this is how we start to really bring this original fire energy that we embodied with the Princess of Wands, we bring it back to source. Here's the Ace of Wands. All of this fire energy gets kind of brought back into the unity, and then we're able to really channel it, authentically channel it into these areas of our spiritual progress that we're trying to make. And that's all, of course, related here to this Death card, the 13th mystery of the tarot. The Lord of the Gate of Death, the child of the great transformers. It's a transformative process. It's a metamorphosis. It's not a death. It's not a disconnection. It's not a cutting off or ignoring or pushing away, right? This is about taking everything about us, our past, our present, our future, the good and the bad, right? Air quotes. And letting all of that stuff mix together and boil down and distill down and putrefy and, decay and liquefy like a caterpillar in a chrysalis, right? It liquefies, putrefies. Everything just gets mixed together. You can't distinguish leg from eyeballs or, it's good and bad, or everything's just together. And from that comes this new growth. All of this, the central path here, the vertical axis is such beautiful energy. I mean, the 8 of discs, 9 of discs, the 6 of cups, beautiful energy. And this is what we're aspiring to, right? And this, I think, is the way forward. Now, this Ace of Wands is really a creative spark that ignites. This is a fire that gets lit within you, right? And this is your direct connection with deity, with the heavens, with spiritual energy, force, and fire, with light, right? And this divine energy is the fuel and the motivation and the consciousness that brings you into these other areas of your life and continues this transformative process, right? So to get there, I think we need to go through the Three of Swords and this death energy. And then maybe we can have a different idea about the Two of Cups as time moves on. Maybe through the processing of these two, we can understand why the Two of Cups is in the position of what we don't want. Okay, maybe we will learn that about ourselves, and we'll come to that insight within ourselves of, yes, that's why I don't want the Two of Cups, because whatever. And I think that's going to be unique for all of us. And whether or not we choose to welcome that Two of Cups, or if our emotional tranquility, this Six of Cups, is based on something other than a relationship, than a partnership or a romantic thing, we don't have to welcome the Two of Cups in. This is completely our choice, right? I think a lot of times this day and age, at least, it seems that everyone is supposed to be in a relationship. And if you're not, then there's something weird about you. I don't subscribe to that at all. Okay, I see so many, especially tarot readings and stuff on YouTube. It's all about relationships, and your ex wants you back, or your future lover, says this about you, or whatever it is. And it's just, it's assuming, falsely, I think, that everybody is looking for what their ex is doing or what their future lover is thinking about right now. And a lot of people are, I'm sure. But that's just not what these readings are. So the Two of Cups, this is going to be an interesting one for you to find out about as time goes on, as you continue this metamorphosis. Okay. The final card on the path of the serpent is the Two of Discs, and this we kind of know that this is where we're going. This is change. This is harmonious change, but it's on the physical plane. It's on the horizontal axis, right? This card really should be kind of at the end right there. And this is saying that, you're making changes, right? You're not changing who you are. You're not changing your fundamental energy. You're just reconfiguring it, channeling it in different areas of your life. This Two of Discs, this change, is about the positive actions on the physical plane, the steps, the things that you can do every day to continue this process. And this process, I don't think, has an end. And that's the point of this card, is that this change doesn't end. It's not that we just finally hit the finish line and we can just say, okay, we're done. I don't have to do anything. No more change, no more actions, no more decisions, no more proactive steps. No, it's a continuous process of change and choice. And this metamorphosis is never ending, and that's, I think, the beauty of it. Well, let's look at the mystery card now. We're getting a little bit long in the tooth here. Thank you, Frog, for watching this card for us. I don't know. I feel like we have everything we need, right? So this is going to be a surprise to me. I'm not even really going to try to guess, because I think we have what we need. There's an unknown factor here. The unknown factor, Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. So this is a little bit difficult. I don't think this represents another person. I think this is an aspect of you. And I think that this is this focus on the health and well-being, the focus on the finances, right? The pentacles here. We need that water component. We still have, this, in some ways, this represents the water, right? The Queen is the water element. The water within all of this earth. And this is the water within the earth. The Queen of Discs, right? Water of earth. The court cards are all elemental. So I feel like outwardly you're focused on this earth energy, the health and wealth, the fitness, the finances. But inside, you're still kind of longing for this tranquility, for this kind of relationship, whatever this harmony and resonance is. I kind of feel like you're still longing for that. So this is the aspect of things that need some attention. And I stated that earlier. This is down beneath everything, probably because you know what's on the list, but it's kind of the last priority. These other things are kind of more at the top of your mind. So I feel now with the confirmation card that with the success of these earth energies, you're going to feel even more strongly this longing for the Six of Cups. And maybe with the Two of Cups too. These two cards are connected. So there might be a strong energy there, and I'm getting the sense of longing, or the sense of not being completely happy or satisfied with your success in the earth energies, because we still have this water energy to deal with, right? And I think to get to the water energy, if you look at the cards here, to connect this water energy, we've got to go through the Three of Swords. It's a straight diagonal shot here from the 6 to the 2. We've got to go through this Three of Swords, okay? We're going to go ahead and jump over to the extended reading. If you want to join me for that, just click on the link right here. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings, okay? I want to thank you for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet. And thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.